Book of Jeremiah 16:3. So I will throw you out of this land into a land you nor your ancestors have known. There you shall serve other gods day and night. 8:17. I'll send venomous snakes who aren't able to be charmed, and they'll bite you. 8:16. Enemies' houses are heard from Dan. They've come to devour the land and all that's in it. 8:15. We've hoped for peace, yet found none, for a period of healing, and there's only terror. 8:14. Why sit here? Let's flee to fortified cities if the Lord be against us. 8:12. Were they ashamed of abominations? No, not at all. Not able to blush. Romans 11:21. If thy spares not natural branches, will not spare you either. 11:20. They're broken off by disbelief. You stand by faith. Be not arrogant, yet tremble. 11:19. You'll say branches were broken that I be grafted in. 11:18. Don't consider yourself superior to them, for the root supports you. You support not the root. 11:15. If their rejection brought reconciliation to the world, what will their belief be but life from the dead? 2 Timothy 1:7. What the Spirit gave us makes us not timid, yet gives us power, love, and self-discipline. Romans 8:10. If Christ is in you, the body is dead, the spirit is life because of righteousness. 8:9. You aren't in flesh, yet in spirit. If spirit be in you, if you have not the spirit, they are not included with us. Matthew 27:25. His blood be on us and our children. Zephaniah 3:20. At that time I will gather you and bring you home, give you honor and praises among the people. 3:19. I'll deal with those who oppress you and rescue the lame, gather the exiles, giving them praises and honor where they suffered. 3:15. Thou hast taken away your punishment and hast turned back your enemies. 3:13. They'll do no wrong nor tell lies. Liars won't be found among them. They live in peace, and no one will win, or no one will make war or make them afraid. 3:12. I'll leave the meek and humble. The remnant will believe. 2 John 1:6. This is love, that we walk after thy commandments. Matthew 6:32. For pagans run after these things, and thy knows what they need or what you need. 6:33. Seek first the kingdom, all things will be given to you as well. 2 Kings 5:1. Naaman made leprosy. 5:14. Naaman cleared from leprosy. Luke 4:27. Many of Israel had leprosy in the time of Elisha the prophet, yet only Naaman the Syrian was cleaned. Galatians 2:14. When I saw they weren't acting in line with the truth of the Gospels, I told Cephas in front of them, you're a Jew, yet you live like Gentiles. How do you force Gentiles to follow Israelite laws? Daniel 7:22. Until the Ancient of Days come, also judgment given to the saints of the Most High. The time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Isaiah 45:4. For Jacob's sake and Israel, my elect, I've called by my name, yet they know me not. Ephesians 4:25. Still no longer, yet must work, doing something useful to have to give those in need. Galatians 1:7-8. Which is not another, yet there be some that trouble you, would pervert the gospels of Christ. Verse 8. If we preach any other, let us be cursed. Genesis 25:18. They dwelt from Havilah until Shur, which is before Egypt, towards Assyria. Matthew 7:24. Who hears this and do them are mine. I'll compare them to a wise who built a house on a rock. 1 Thessalonians 5:3 shall say peace and safety, and sudden destruction falls upon them. None will escape, not even one with child. 5:1 of the times and seasons, brethren, you know. Of the times and seasons, brethren, you you have no need for me to write you. 5:2 knowing perfectly that the day of thy has come as a thief in the night. 5:18 give thanks, for this is the will of God. 19, well, about 5:18 through 19, verse 19, quench not the spirit. Verse 20, despise not the prophesying. 21, approve all things and hold fast to what you have. 2 Thessalonians 1:6, seeing it's a righteous thing with thy to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. 1:10, when thy will come, or thy has come to be glorified. So I guess when thy time has come to be glorified, and thy saints admired in all them who believe, for our testimony among you was believed in that day. 2:1, be not shaken in the mind, nor troubled by spirit or word, for Christ is at hand. 1 Timothy 6:8, having food and raiment, having food and raiments, let us be content. 6:9, they that are rich will fall into temptation and be snared, many foolish and hurtful lusts, which pulls man into darkness and destruction in darkness and perdition. 6:5, perverse disputing of humans, of corrupt minds, destitute of truth, and things gained in godliness withdraw from them. 2 Timothy 1:15, for those of Asia are turned away from me, namely Phygelus and Hermogenes. 1:16, Lord give mercy to the house of one Siphorus, for he often refreshed me, wasn't ashamed of my chains. Proverbs 3:13, happy is he who finds wisdom, that gets understanding. 3:14, the merchandise is better than silver and fine gold. Genesis 2:11 through 14, the four rivers of Eden. 25:27, the bays grew, Esau became a skilled hunter. One of the open country, Jacob was a plain dwelling in tents man. Deuteronomy 19:20, those who remain shall hear and fear, therefore won't commit any similar evil among you. Psalms 40 verse 8, I delight to do thy will, thy laws are within my heart. 40 verse 7, lo, I come in the volume of the books, it's written of me. 40 verse 4, blessed is the man that makes thy his trust, and respects not the proud, nor turns aside to lies. 40 verse 9, I have preached righteousness in the great congregation, lo, I have not refrained from my lips. Hosea 6:1, let's return to the Lord, thou hast torn and will heal us, smitten and will bind us up. 6:5, I hewed them by thy prophets, slain by my words. Proverbs 12:1, whose love discipline, so one who loves discipline loves knowledge, and he who hates corrections is stupid. Galatians 5:1, steadfast in the liberty which Christ made us free, be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. 5:15, if you bite and devour one another, take heed that you be not consumed one of another. 5:16, walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the flesh. So walk in the spirit, but you shall not fulfill the flesh. 5:17 For the flesh lust against the spirit, also the spirit against the flesh. These contradict each other, preventing you from doing what you must. 5:18 If you're led of the spirit, you are not under the law. 5:25 If we live in spirit, also must walk in the spirit. James, or what I just found is translated to Jacob, 4:17 knowing to do good and don't do it, this is a sin. Jeremiah 16:16 I'll send many fishers many fishermen who will fish them. After I'll send many hunters who will hunt for them from every mountain, hill, hole of the rocks. 16:17 For my eyes are upon their ways, they are not hidden from my face, neither their iniquities hid from my eyes. 16:18 First I'll recompense their iniquity and sins double, and for they defiled my lands. Ezekiel either 28:2 or 3. You're wiser than Daniel, no secret hidden from you. Ecclesiasticus 16:13 Separate yourself from your enemies. Be on guard against your friends. 6:19 Work as hard to find wisdom as a farmer works to plow and plant their fields. Then you'll be able to expect a good harvest. 6:20 Undisciplined people find wisdom's demands too hard and don't have enough determination to meet them. 6:21 Its requirements are hardened or barren, heavier than. So 6:21 Its requirements are a burden heavier than they're willing to bear. They quickly lay them aside. 6:22 Discipline means just that, discipline, that many are able to discipline themselves. I have Numbers 11:16 through 17. It's blank, and then back to Ecclesiasticus 6:24. Put wisdom's chains around your feet and her yoke around your neck. 6:29-30. The signs of slavery you will wear will become the signs of royal majesty. The chains your protection, and the yoke like magnificent robes. 6:32-33. You're able to learn if you will it. If humble and listen, you'll become wise. 6:35. Listen when religious people speak. Don't miss anything that shows insight. 6:37. Devote all your time to studying the Lord's commands. Also ponder on them always. Thy will give you insight and wisdom you are looking for. 7:2. Depart from the unjust. Depart from the unjust, and iniquity will leave you. Psalms 106:35. Were mangled among the heathens, learning their works. Isaiah 14:20. You shall not be joined with them in burial, for they've destroyed the land and slain your people. The seed of evildoers will never be renowned. 14:21. Prepare slaughter for their children, that they do not rise, possess the land, nor fill the face of the earth with their cities. I guess either 14 or it could be 4:22. Shall out off from Babylon the name and shall cut off from Babylon the names and families. 14:23 is blank. 14:26. This is what proposed by the Lord upon the whole earth, who disannul it. 2 Corinthians 4:4. In whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not. Matthew 4:1. Christ led by the Holy Spirit into the wilderness that he may be tempted by the evil one, fasted for 40 days. Mark 1:12. Immediately the Spirit drove Jan into the wilderness. Matthew 3:3. This is he who was spoken of through Isaiah, a voice calling in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord and make it straight. Luke 180, yet the child grew and became strong in the spirit, was in was in the desert. So yet the child grew and became strong in the spirit, was in the desert to the day of his revealing unto Israel. Ecclesiastes 12:1, remember thy Creator while young, and the evil days have not yet come. Psalm 78:1, give ear, my people, to my laws, and incline your ear to the words of my mouth. 78:4, we will not hide them from our children. 78:5, thy appointed a law in Israel, appointed to the fathers to make known to their children. 78:6, that those who come will know them, and they teach their children forever. 78:7, that they'll set their hope in God, keeping the commandments. 78:8, that they be not as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious nation, heart not right, spirit not steadfast with God. Exodus 23:33, they shall not dwell in the land unless they make you sin against thy. 23:32, shall make no covenant with them. Acts 23:8, for the Sadducees that there's no reaction. So Sadducees say there's no resurrection, nor angels, nor spirits. Yet Pharisees confess both. 22:22, away with such fellows from the earth. It's not fit that they should live. 21:38, did you not lead 400 men into the woods who were murderers or rebels? Galatians 2:14, when he saw them not acting in line with the Gospels, he said, you're a Israelite, yet you act as Gentiles. How do you then force the Gentiles to follow Israelite customs? 1 Corinthians 15:54, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, this mortal shall put on immortality. So what's written will come to pass. Death will be swallowed up in victory. Daniel 7:22, until the Ancient of Days, judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. The time came when the saints possessed the kingdom. 2 Esdras 14:9, you'll be taken out of the world into the heavenly world, where you and others like you will live with my Son until the end of time. 14:10, this world is no longer young, rapidly approaching old age. 14:11, a whole history of this world is divided into 12 periods, currently in the 10th. 14:12, it's half over, only 2.5 parts remain. 14:13, set your house in order, warn your people, then say goodbye to this mortal life. 14:14, put away earthly cares, throw down human burdens, lay aside your weak human nature. 14:15, be ready to leave this world quickly. 14:16, you've seen many evils, far worse are to happen. 14:17, as the world grows older and weaker, the evil that will come upon the people shall multiply. 14:18, truth will depart and falsehood will draw nearer. The eagle you saw in, I guess, continues. 12:18, after the kingdom, there will arise great striving, shall stand in peril of falling, and shall not fall, but be restored again to his beginning. Ecclesiasticus 15:14, thy made man from the beginning, and left him in the hands of thy counsel. 15:15, if you kept or keep the commandments and keep acceptable faithfulness. 15:20, a commanded man not to do wickedly, gave no license to sin. 16:18, the heavens and the heavens of the heavens, the deep and the earth, the deep The earth and all that therein will be moved when thy visits. 1625, I'll show doctrine and weight and declare his knowledge exactly. 1626, work of thy are done in judgment from the beginning. 1420, blessed is one who meditates on good things and wisdom, that reasons of holy things by their overstanding. 1317, what fellowship has a wolf with a lamb? Even more the ungodly with the godly. Wisdom of Suleiman, 13:1, vain are humans by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High, of all things good seen, known thy exist, nor considering. The works did by so 13:1 of Wisdom of Suleiman, vain are humans by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High, of all things, in parentheses, good seen, known thy exist, nor by considering the works did by, or nor considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster. 13:2, yet view the elements to be from the gods who govern the earth. 12:26, yet they wouldn't be reformed by the correction. Also, thy who dallied, move slow with them, shall feel a judgment worthy of God. 12:2, chastise the little by, or so thy chastise little by little, those who offended, and warn by reminding them of which and where they offended, leaving wickedness and follow thy laws. 12:7, that the land which you esteem above all others might receive a worthy colony of God's children. 12:9, not that you weren't able to bring them to, or not that you weren't able to bring the ungodly under the hand of the righteous in battle, also destroy at once with cruel beast or the word. 12:10, yet executing judgment little by little, thy gave them a place to repent, not ignorant that they are a negative generation, malice breed in them, knowing their cognition would never change. 12:11, for it was a cursed seed from the beginning, yet you didn't out of fear of anyone pardon their sins. 12 through 13, blank. Second Esdras 13:46, they dwelt there until the latter time. Now they shall begin to come. 13:45, through the country was a great way to go, namely a year and a half times. Same region called Asherath or Arserath. 13:14, for the Most High showed signs for them and held still the floods until they passed over. 13:43, they entered the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. 13:54, for you forsaken your own way and applied thy diligence unto thy law and searched it. First Maccabees 2:22, will not listen to the king's word to go from our faith. 149, as a result that they may forget the law, changing their ordinances. 153, drove Israelites into secret places wherever they were able to flee. 156, they ripped to pieces the book of the law that they found, then burnt them with fire. 157, whoever was found with the books of the law or followed them were put to death. Baruch 2:30, knew that they wouldn't listen, for they are stiff-necked, yet in the land of their captivities shall remember themselves. 2:32 through 33, shall praise me in the land of their captivity, shall return from their stiff-neckedness, from wicked deeds, and shall remember the faith. 2:34 through 35, shall bring them into the land and never drive them out. 3:5, remember not the iniquities of the fathers, yet think upon thy name and the power now at this time. 3:8, this day currently we're in our captivity, of where you scattered us for a reproach and a curse, payment for the sins of our fathers. 3:9, listen, Israel, to the commandments of life, and give ear to overstanding wisdom. And 3:14 is blank. Then I have 4:13, 4:30 through 37. 3:20, young humans have seen light and dwell on the earth, yet true knowledge they haven't known. 3:21, nor overstand the paths, therefore never walked upon it or took hold of it. Their children are far from it. 4:1, this is the book of the commandments of God. Thy laws endure forever. Keeping it gives life. Denying brings death. 6:5, be not like the strangers, nor fear them. 6:7, for my angel is with you. I myself am caring for your souls. 3 holy children. 1:9, we were delivered into the hands of a lawless enemy, most hateful, forsaker of God, most wicked in all the world. 1:15, there's no leader, prince, prophet, or any offerings to sacrifice to you to find mercy. Prayer of Manasseh, thy has appointed repentance to me that am a sinner, for I have sinned above the numbers of the sands of the sea. My transgressions are multiplied. I am not worthy to behold and see the heights of heavens. 1 Esdras 9:9, do thy will and separate yourselves from the heathen of the land and strange women. Ezra 14:19 through 20, as I live, if I send pestilence into the land to cut off man and beast, though Daniel, Noah, and Job were in it, shall not deliver the children, yet will be delivered. John 17:20, neither do I pray for these alone, yet those who follow me. 17:21, to all be one, as thy and I am. 1 Corinthians 5:13, they that are without God judge, therefore put away from among you the evil people. 7:37, those who stand steadfast in their hearts, having no necessity, yet having power over their own will, vowing in their hearts to keep their virginity, have done well. 9:14, those who preach the Gospels shall live of the Gospels. 9:15 through 18, blank. Ecclesiasticus 32:17, a sinful human isn't able to be reproved, for they'll find an excuse according to their will/view. Ezekiel 3:17, made you watchmen, warn them, given by me. So warnings given by me, I would imagine. Deuteronomy 6:20 through 21, when your children ask, what do they mean? The testimony, statutes, and judgment say we were slaves in Egypt, thy brought us out. 6:24 through 25, so it's for our good always shall be our righteousness, long as we do all these commandments. Leviticus 19:17, hate not brethren in the hearts, shall rebuke your neighbor, suffering not sin upon them. 19:18, love neighbor as thyself. And that's not Christ, that's Leviticus. 19:19, no linen or wool clothing. 19:27, round not the corners of the beard, nor mar the corners of your round not the corners of your head, nor mar the corners of your beard. 19:32, the stranger shall be treated as one born of you. 19:35, you shall not do unrighteousness in judgment, not in any measure. 24:22, strangers must follow the laws. 20:23, shall not be like the nations I cast out, for they've committed all of these. 20:24, I separated you from the world. I guess could be, it says same. So 21:13 and 21:7, preacher's wife must be a virgin, never knowing a man previous. Hebrews 10:1, for the law having a shadow of good things to come, not the image of things. Sacrifice offered yearly make the comers perfect. 10:2 For once offered would have ceased, for once purged should have no more conscience to sin. 10:3 Yet it's a reminder every year. 10:27 A certain fearful looking of a certain fearful of looking for of judgment, and the fury indignation what which shall devour the adversaries. 10:28 Those despising Moses' law died without mercy under two or three witnesses. I'm sorry, yeah, so I went over that. I dropped down, so yeah, so let me read that over. Alright, so I think I said, but Hebrews 10:1 For the law having a shadow of good things to come, not the image of the things, sacrifice offered yearly to make the comers perfect. 10:2 For once offered would have ceased, for once purged should have no more conscience to sin. 10:3 Yet it's a reminder every year. 10:27 A certain fearful looking for or of judgment and fury indignation, which shall devour adversaries. 10:28 Those despising Moses' law died without mercy under two or three witnesses. 10:29 Much sorer the punishment shall they be worthy, who tried underfoot the sons of God in an unholy thing, and has done despite unto the Spirit of grace. 10:39 We're not those who draw unto perdition, but those who believe to the saving of souls. 11:3 We affirm that the worlds were formed by God. The worlds. Act 18:2 All Jews or all Israelites to depart from Rome and come to them. 18:10 Be not afraid, speak and hold your peace. Or speak and not hold your peace. 17:26 Made all nations from one blood. 17:28 In thy we live, move, and have our being. As the poets have said, we also are thy offspring. 13:39 By him all who believe are justified from all things, and for those which you're not able to be justified by Moses' law. 13:40 Be aware unless the words of the prophets come to pass. 13:41 Behold, scoffers and perish. I work a work you will not overstand, though one declares it. 13:50 The Israelites or the Jews stirred up devout and honorable humans / chiefs, raising persecution